Hello, I'm Chris. This is Gross Models, and welcome to day 5 of the Advent Calendar book that I'm working through. Let's get straight down to the bench and see exactly what's what today. So, day 5, let's have a look through here. That was what we did yesterday with day 4. So, day 5, the statuettes. They were still running, leaning against the wind, heads bowed, like two hunted animals. The night, opaque and heavy, weighed on the forest, and the raging gusts of wind whipped the trees with a dull violence, raising the snow in whirlwinds. Almost nothing could be seen except the blurred outlines of distant roofs between two gusts. Then, in a flicker of shadow and movement, the long, massive house appeared, huddled against a hillock, its wooden sides battered by the gusts, and, before it, standing like two absurd sentinels, two giant straw goats, agitated by the wind as if they were about to begin to walk. They reached the threshold. The man with the axe pushed open the heavy wooden door. Then an icy, almost living wind brushed into the house, stirring up dead embers and knocking things over. A sound of crackling porcelain and wood hitting stone could be heard. Shadows moved, stirring in the half-light. They entered. The longhouse was vast, made of dark wood, tanned by smoke and time. In the centre, a large hearth, cold for the moment, awaited its offering. Suspended above it, an enormous wild boar, skewered, seemed still asleep, waiting for the fire. Around him, seated in a circle, were massive men and women, their faces hollowed by the low light of a few torches placed far away on the walls, staring at Leon in silence. Their eyes shone in the gloom like those of wild animals. One of them stood up slowly. He spoke to Leon in a strange language, but it sounds familiar to him, as if something within him, an old memory or a forgotten one, understood its meaning. Stranger from the woods, you have helped one of our own regain fire and flesh. May the gods be grateful to you. You are welcome among us to celebrate Yule, the solstice festival. Leon tilted his head slightly, unable to answer. He still felt like a puppet out of place in a theatre where he knew neither the rules nor the lines. But already a worried murmur was running among the men. Idols, someone whispered. They fell. All eyes turned to the floor. There lay a small pile of objects, figurines carved in bone or wood, probably representing their gods. And there we have it. There we go. We've got, what have we got? 6 idols laying down there. Some were badly damaged, others were simply laying down, but none of them were in their right place. A heavy, superstitious silence fell over the room. Until the gods are in their rightful order, the fire will not catch, said the chief in a dull voice. And without fire for 12 days and 12 nights, there will be no Yule, no blessing, no fertility, no light to guide the sun as the days return. An old man stepped forward, dry and stooped, as if driven by centuries of tradition. He took a figurine between his gnarled fingers, considered it for a long time, then put it down, undecided. The order is forgotten, he said in a surprisingly deep voice. The wind has blurred the memory. An even greater disturbance seized the room. Leon looked at the grave, superstitious faces, imbued with an almost painful respect for these little pieces of wood. As he watched, slowly, an idea began to form in him. He knew these gods vaguely. He had seen their names long ago in a book given to him by Amy, his sister, for Christmas. A book on Norse myths, which his nephews loved to leaf through. Was it a coincidence? He approached the statuettes. I think I can try, he said. The gust of wind that burst into the room extinguished the fire and knocked over the statuettes that proudly sat on their pedestals. In order for the gods to bless the fire again, they will have to be oriented as they have always been. However, it's been so long that no one seems to remember. Only a few phrases have persisted through time. Right, so we've got the mother of the powerful woman turns her back on the one who humiliated her while he watches her. The wife of the All-Father watches over the son. The son is always turned towards the hearth. The wise man keeps an eye on the malicious, while he himself is always observed by the guardian of the passage. How can these statuettes be oriented so the flame is reborn? Right, so we've got 6 to do. We've got 6 lines. We've got the mother, the one who humiliated her, wife of the All-Father, the son, the wise man, and the guardian. There's more than that. So if we've got the All-Father as well, we'll figure it out. So, right, let me bring up the page in the website to see exactly what answer we're after and go from there. So, back on the site, and day 4 was still not working. I can't figure out what it is. I'm sure I've put in the right answer according to them and according to me when I worked it out yesterday, but it's still not showing up. It is showing up the flask as being the gourd, so I'm assuming that there's something wrong with that, but I'm not going to worry. Anyway, day 5, the Nordic statuettes. This is the selection of the 6 different statues that I've got a name and put in the right orientation depending on where they are. So yeah, I haven't got any more information to go on other than what it's provided here. We can twist them round in any direction and go from that. So let's have a think and see what we can do. Let's have a look and see what we've got. We've got a bald bloke, a lady with a thing, a man with a beard, another lady maiden type person. That one's got a thing written on it. They've got shields with things on them. Is that going to make a difference? Right, I'm going to have to figure out. That is just the wall we got on that. That's the next page. The mother of the powerful woman turns her back on the one who humiliated her. I'm not entirely certain where to start with any of these. And we've got that one with runes under it. We've got that one with like a swan or something. He's got shoulder pads. He's got the wolf mask. I saw that somewhere, didn't I? Yeah, well, there's a different type of thing there. Right, this is going to be challenging. I can figure out a couple of them. The sun is always turned towards the hearth. None of them look like a sun. And it's sun, S-U-N, not S-O-N. The wise man and the malicious. I don't know. We've got each one's in a position, right? They're already in a position, but they can face whichever way I want them to face. Show descriptions. There we go. Right, now it gives me a little bit of help. We've got Heimdall, Loki, Sol, Sif, Mimir, and Frigg. Statue has ribboned hands, decapitated and carries his head in his hands, Mimir. The woman has a shaped skull. Well, that's an obvious one. The rules on this statue reveal its name. That's the only one with runes. The feet of the statuette is offspring, a wolf and a serpent. And that character carries a large war horn. Well, that was the war horn. There's obviously that one over here. We've got the one with the runes. Serpent. I didn't see that serpent down there. There's a serpent there. So that's Loki. Heimdall's got the horn. Heimdall, Loki, Sol. Sif has a shaped skull. Sif. Mimir has been decapitated. Well, that's just a head, so that's probably Mimir. That makes Frigg with ribboned hands. That one, can't really see the hands on that, but yeah, they've definitely got something on. Alright, so that tells me who's who. So I should be able to name some of them then. That's the one with the head, which is Mimir. So let's put that in there. Does that tell me that I've got one named right? Okay. I don't know that it says named right. That is Sif. Is the shaved head one. Loki is the one with the snake and that in it. I think turn that back round because I can see exactly what's what. That is the one with a headband. Is the one with the thingied hands. Frigg. The other Woman with the wavy hands. Is that the runes? Looks like the runes. That's Sol. So what have we got left? We've got the last two. Heimdall has the large war horn. And that's Loki with this. Loki and Heimdall. Heimdall. Okay, so that's 6 out of 6 statuettes named. So now we go back to the arrangement of them. You've got to know something about thingies. Wise man keeps an eye on the malicious. Well, that's Loki. Locust is the malicious one. The sun is always turned towards the hearth. So that's Sol is that one turned towards the hearth. So let's turn that towards the hearth. Okay, that's easy. That's the first one done then. The wise man keeps an eye on the malicious. Well, that's the malicious. So is Heimdall the wise man? Let's go have him pointing that way. While he is watched by the guardian of the passage. Well, that's probably going to be Mimir. So I've got Sif and Frigg to worry about. The mother of the powerful woman turns her back on the one who humiliated her while he watches her. Well, that's Loki's watching her. So she turns her back on the humiliated woman, which has got to be here. The wife of the All-Father watches over the son. So is that one? I don't know if that's the wife. I don't know if Frigg is the wife of the All-Father. It sounds like it could be. So I'm hoping that that is then correct. So let's hide the descriptions because I don't need them anymore. Let me validate that and see if I got it right. I got it wrong. No problem. That was as much as I figure out. So, yeah, I know that bit. From top to bottom, the sections in the left column are Sol, Sif, and Loki. So I've got Sol, Sif, and Loki. I got that right. I already knew that bit. Frigg, Mimir, and Heimdall. Frigg, Mimir, and Heimdall. I've got them in the right places, but I obviously don't know enough about the thing to get the solution. So that's all right. Sol is top right. I can't move this out of the way. Top right and left. I had that top right and left. Is this going to be right again? And I've just broken it. Then we've got straight up and diagonal right. He's not straight up and he's not diagonal. Right, wait, that needs to be diagonal. Right, let's check that again. Description solution. All right. So Sif is straight up and he's pointing towards Loki, who's also straight up, as is Heimdall. So that should be straight up. And that should be going that way a bit. And that should be going up. Not sure why that is, but if that's what it says, we'll go correct on that. There we go. Excellent. The statuettes have found their proper placements and the gods bless the fire again. Festivities will be able to resume. Right, so we've got Sol, Frigga, Sif, the goddess of wheat, one of Thor's wives, gave birth to Thrud. Mimir, Loki, we knew about Loki, and Heimdall, of course, is the guardian because he's the guardian of the Bifrost. I knew that already. There we go. So, let's see exactly what's what. So, yeah, I think you need to know a bit about Greek mythology and more than the Marvel movies tell us. But there we go. That is another day done. Thanks very much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye for now.